Hey everyone, Shabby Gamer here, and welcome back to another episode of SWE. This is our first episode of Showdown since the Shabby Mania pay-per-view. We've got quite a few new members of the Showdown roster, and we'll be seeing quite a few of them here this evening from Minneapolis, Minnesota. So we have got 4 matches for you this evening. We're going to start things off with an all-Throwdown clash as Becky Lynch takes on the current Throwdown champion, Alexa Bliss. I do like a match where both people are on the game. It really makes it a hell of a lot quicker in the loading screens, I tell you. So yeah, Becky Lynch taking on Alexa Bliss one-on-one. Of course, both these ladies on the Throwdown brand. And I'm a little bit, I don't know, just sort of going off into real life. I'm a little bit disappointed with Alexa Bliss moving from SmackDown to Raw. However, as things seem to have developed, Alexa Bliss has got herself a championship match against Bayley straight away. I can't imagine Alexa Bliss is going to win that, though. I must admit, I think Bayley's going to keep hold of that belt now for quite some time, and she's going to see off all comers, at least probably until Survivor Series, because of how often that belt has changed hands over the past few months, really. But still, I'm very happy that Alexa Bliss has been given that opportunity. I think she's a fantastic heel, I really do. And I don't think... The problem is, I think they've sort of booked Nia Jax too strongly now on Raw, and if they put a one-on-one against Bayley, it wouldn't be realistic for Bayley to win that match at this point in time. Nia Jax has been put across far too dominant, for my opinion. And here she comes, the 5 Feet of Fury. The current Throwdown Women's Champion, Alexa Bliss. It'd be interesting to see which women get onto the game this year on 2K18, to be honest, isn't it, really? If you look at it, you've got probably all of NXT, apart from Asuka. Everybody else has now moved up onto the main roster, so it's a bit of a weird one. It'd be interesting to see who does make it on. I would imagine all of Sanity's going to make it onto the game, so that'd be Nikki Cross. I would also imagine maybe Billie Kay and Peyton Royce are both going to get on there as well, and Ember Moon. But I don't know, Ruby Riot's got a chance because she did debut at the WrestleMania weekend NXT TakeOver, which generally is the cutoff for 2K normally. So there's an opportunity for her to get on the game. And apart from that, I can't think of anyone else on NXT who probably would get in there. But that would be a decent start for the women's division, because of course if you're going to use NXT in Universe mode, you're going to need a full women's division. But that again would only give you Asuka, Ember, Nikki. It'll give you 5 women, and is that strong enough for a women's division? Maybe on NXT it might be, actually. On the shorter shows it might just be enough. But it'd be great for us, of course, because we can utilise all of those people in our next Universe mode. Because I quite enjoy this, to be honest with you. I've quite enjoyed the random aspect. We've done the shake-up, and it's freshened up the rosters, and it's made me more excited. I don't know about you guys, but I think this is actually I think I've found the Universe mode for me now. I think I get a bit bored when we concentrate solely on one roster. At least with this, we can rotate, we can get freshness into it whenever we want. We can add, we can take away. If someone's hot, we can bring them in. If someone's drifting away, we can take them away. It works really well for me, and I do thank you guys for giving me this suggestion over the years. I've had this suggestion many a times to do the own sort of company thing, but I've enjoyed this. I really have. And there's still a lot of ideas that I've got that we're going to start to bring into fruition over the next couple of months. We're going to see some new championships. I'm not going to lie, there's going to be some new championships. There's going to be some tournaments, some special episodes, all sorts of stuff. So this is definitely the place to be. As Becky Lynch up on the middle rope, big drop kick to the face. And you've got to think here for Becky Lynch, if she puts on a good appearance here, then she would be probably one of the ladies at the forefront of the rankings. Of course, we brought in a couple of very, very strong ladies into Throwdown this month. Of course, we stole a few from Mayhem. We've already got people like Charlotte, who's a very strong member of the roster. We stole the Kimber Bombs, so we've got Kimber Lee joining as well. We took AJ Lee, Rosemary, and Jacqueline from the undrafted pool. So we've really strengthened our women's roster quite a bit. But is it enough? That's the question. Is it enough to really give us the strength we need? But you got to think all those new ladies can't expect to come in and get the championship opportunity straight away. People like Becky Lynch has been here since day number 1, and she's not been given an opportunity as of yet. It has all been about, I think Jade was our first champion, wasn't she? And then she lost the belt to Bayley. And then Bayley lost that belt to Alexa Bliss, of course, at Shabby Mania. Alexa Bliss with a cross body on Becky Lynch. And now taunting the crowd, of course, getting the boos ringing through as she normally does. Fantastic heel as Alexa Bliss, shall I say, sorry. Becky was a pretty decent heel, but I think she's done better off as a face, to be honest with you. I think she's better suited to that role. Great Hurricanrana there by Becky Lynch. Of course, trained by Finn Balor as well, Becky Lynch. Just reinforcing the stereotype that all Irish people know each other. There's a close 2 count there by Becky on Alexa Bliss. And like I said, this would probably make Becky Lynch #1 contender should she be able to pick up this victory over Alexa Bliss. Alexa now in the front chancery. Snap underhook suplex on Becky Lynch. Alexa now, there we go. Back handstand knee drop. And now on her way up to the top. This is how she won the championship. Sparkle splash on Becky Lynch. There's the pin. 1, 2, and 3. And there we go. Fantastic victory there for the Throwdown Women's Champion, Alexa Bliss. And I think we're starting to get to a point now where momentum is starting to make these women look a bit stronger now. And of course, the Throwdown Women's Champion is one of those ladies to have picked up quite a lot of momentum. She's done a fantastic job. And here is our second match of the evening. It is going to be Dana Brooke taking on Trish Stratus. Interesting one, this one. Now, I say an interesting one because it's very much Dana Brooke who's an up-and-comer taking on one of the legends of the wrestling business. It'd be interesting to see if Dana can pull off a victory here. I wonder. So I've just had a brainwave there that might. I've just had a brainwave that might improve our future pay-per-views. I need to double check to see if that's possible. Sorry, I've gone completely off the beaten track there for a second. Because I had this conversation with myself, and a few of you guys mentioned it as well, but the reason why we're having so many championship changes during pay-per-views is because we're doing the pay-per-views in a separate universe mode, because obviously we're having like a 7-day pay-per-view. We can't do the full pay-per-view in the normal universe, so I've had to create a second universe mode to do the full pay-per-view. But can you copy and paste a universe? If you start a new universe, you can copy one of your previous ones into that old slot, I believe. If you can copy the universe mode, then we could do it properly. So I'm going completely off on a tangent. I'm going to have to check that. That's just hit me all of a sudden that might be a good thing to do, but let's just ignore that for now. Let's just ignore that for now. As Dana Brooke in the ring awaiting her opponent, Trish Stratus. A woman who, again, we have not really seen a lot of so far. And to be brutally honest, I can't remember what roster she's on. I would have to check the blogger, which I can't open up while I've got this running on my computer because my computer's struggling a little bit these days now. It really is starting to struggle a little bit. It's got that much crap on it now that I can't do more than one thing at once. So I have to record. I can briefly check Google every now and again if I need to, but it tends to affect the recording, so I've got to sit back and... It's annoying, this computer's only about a year old. I've spent so much money doing this YouTube channel, it's unbelievable. And although I'm not supposed to tell anybody how much I earn from YouTube, I can tell you it's less than £1 a month. Yep, that's right, less than £1 a month. So it's going to take me a hell of a long time to repay all the stuff that I've spent out to do this. But there you go, I don't do it for the money. I wish I could do it for the money, but you know. Very similar attires, these two, actually. maybe some potential for a tag team based on the attires. You never know. Be a bit of a random tag team. It'll be more the sort of lines of maybe Trish taking Dana under her wing. But yeah, if you look at the attires, they suit each other quite nicely. So yeah, I don't know. What do you think in the comment section? Do you think that this potentially could be a tag? I'm literally just basing this entire thing off of aesthetics. Both ladies have the same colour scheme on the attire. The attires aren't too different. And looks-wise, not too different either, with a long blondish hair. Of course, Dana Brooks is a bit more white. Dana Brooks interesting at the moment. She's going as a face, and I must admit, I'm quite torn, because I was never really a fan of Dana Brooke, but I always said that... the thing is, they've not done a face turn correctly. Dana Brooke could have got over so much as a face if she had a feuded with Charlotte after splitting with her. But now, of course, Charlotte's disappeared onto SmackDown. Dana's now on Raw. And now Dana's feuding now with Emma, it seems to be. So it's a little bit of a weird one. I don't think she's really going to get over as much as she possibly could do if she took on... if she obviously took on Charlotte. But there you go. Good trip there by Trish Stratus and sending Dana Brooke face first into the mat and a big kick into the gut of Dana. It's not going to be a great situation, but flips back up to her feet, and that's one thing about Dana. She's a very athletic person. A lot of people don't really give her a lot of props for that, because she's seen more as, of course, she used to be a bodybuilder. She used to do a lot of the Arnold Classic and so forth, and I think she still did do the Arnold Classic this year. I think she represented WWE there, so she is very much a bodybuilder, but she's very very athletic as well, and it's not the sort of thing you normally see. People who are generally quite muscular are not people that can generally pull off quite agile maneuvers, but in this case, and there are quite a few exceptions to the rule. Of course, Apollo Crews is one of those exceptions, and Jeff Cobb as well. Brian Cage is surprisingly good in the air, and if you remember Brock Lesnar when he first came in, if you completely ignore the shooting star press that Brock Lesnar did against Kurt Angle at WrestleMania, where he snapped his own neck, if you go back on YouTube, if you've not seen this one, then definitely go back and check it out. But the shooting star press that Brock Lesnar did on an episode of Heat, I think it was, years and years ago, was incredible. The best one I've ever seen. As Trish with the Frankensteiner, I believe that's one of her signature maneuvers, isn't it? Now lining up Dana Brooke for the chick kick, but Dana breaking free. Interesting. So that would mean, based on this game, that Dana would have just stolen Trish Stratus' finishing maneuver. Interesting. I'm still tempted to put these two together as a tag team, you know. I know I'm very much obsessed with tag teams. If you look at all four rosters, the tag divisions are incredible. They're huge, the tag divisions. Especially after some of the debuts we had. Of course, PJ Toby brought in the Dudley Boys, Gorillas of Destiny, as well as stealing a couple of teams from ourselves. We've now brought in the Hart Foundation, the New Age, not New Age, sorry, the Hart Foundation. We've got the NWO. We've got the Time Splitters. We brought in War Machine. We brought in the New Day. We've brought in a lot of tag teams over on Throwdown as well. The tag divisions are huge, but adding Trish Stratus and Dana Brooke would not bother me too much. Although we have got Dana Brooke teaming with Emma, but I don't know. You know. Evie's from New Zealand, isn't she, Evie? So I'm just thinking whether we could do some sort of Australian tag team, but maybe Billie Kay and Peyton Royce could make a debut in here, and that'd be another tag team we could use. I have seen them on the Community Creations, but they're not the best looking cores in the world, to be honest with you. I think people struggle with female cores to make them look realistic, as Dana now has, Trish up on her shoulders. Oh, she does hook the leg away from the ropes. One. Oh my god, I was about to say that would have been a massive, massive victory for Dana Brooke. And like I said, we haven't seen much of Trish so far. I believe Trish is on the... I believe both these ladies are actually on my Throwdown roster. And I'm going to have a slight disclaimer. I know that I sometimes overdo Showdown and Octane with people from my roster rather than sharing the wealth with PJ Toby's roster. However, this card was entirely booked by the computer. I have not changed any of these matches. So, normally I will change matches, but since it was the first match... since it was the first show, sorry, of the... as Dana got her up again and slams Trish down. Yeah, first this was the first show after Shabby Mania, and there was a few debutantes on here. I sort of left it. I think Dana was going for the cheating victory then, and she misdid it. Oh, but again, it's so close to a 3 count. Dana Brooke really showing some fantastic work here against Trish. There's a Hurricanrana by Trish as well. Out of nowhere into the pin. 1. Only a 1 count. Wow, Dana showing her strength there. Kicking out a 1. You don't need to kick out a 1, of course. You can kick out a 2. That's not a problem. But there is a mental aspect to kicking out a 1. You sort of show your opponent that you are so far away from being beaten. And it's sort of it's supposed to put a downer on what they've done so far. Trish now sending Dana Brooke into that corner. Oh, the exposed metal turnbuckle there that Trish exposed earlier on. And again, sending Dana Brooke into the same corner. Now drops into the pin. 1, 2. I was talking about these two potentially becoming a tag team, but there's been very dirty tactics used so far in this match. As Trish now with the elbows right on the top of the head of Dana Brooke. Bringing Dana back up to her feet. Straight into the turnbuckle again. Trish now looking to hoist Dana Brooke on to that top. Is she going to go for that? No, she's not going to go for that Frankensteiner again. She's up on the top though. She's going to go for a different version of the Frankensteiner. Now into the pin. Referee, for some reason, doing a bit of a moonwalk there for a second. And it's only a 2 count. It's been a very good match actually between these two ladies. Dana Brooke has really shown her ability here. Oh, my wrestle crate's been shipped. Sorry, I got completely off track there for a second. Trish looking for an ace crusher. Dana throws her away. Trish fighting back. Big right hand. Looking for a DDT, but Dana reverses it into a Russian leg sweep. Oh, now it's raking at the eyes. Referee not seeing this. Big elbows to the face there by Trish on Dana. Dana slamming Trish back of the head first into the mat. Now dragging Trish middle of the ring. Dana got planned here. Oh, nice. Little handstand into an elbow drop. I like that. But Dana here trying to taunt the crowd might not be the best idea with the damage that she has done. She might want to continue focusing her attention on Trish, who's now slowly getting back up to her feet. Dana has her lined up though, takes her up on her shoulder. We've seen this earlier on the match already. There it is again, the sit-out slam. Grabbing the leg. 1, 2. Oh! Oh my god, that was so close. Dana taking Trish up again, and again that massive slam. Oh, but Trish out of nowhere just flips up into a Frankensteiner. Or a head scissors takedown, shall I say. But Dana again just taking Trish down. These two ladies, wow. Dana's doing fantastically well, but how has Trish got the resilience to continue on like this as well? Dana slides free from the head scissors, back up on her feet now behind Trish. Oh, massive right hand, and like I say, she's a former bodybuilder, so she's got a lot of strength in those triceps, and of course the tricep is the muscle that determines the strength of your punches, really. The extension of your arms and the force behind it. Trish now just clotheslines Dana Brooke over the top to the outside. Now Trish, referee not counting. Now the referee does start counting. Trish looking to win this one by count out now. She sees Dana stirring, so she goes outside to continue the assault. Of course, referee restarts the count now. Running bulldog on the outside. Referee stopped his count now. Come on, ref. Referee trying to get some control back. Oh, Dana with a jawbreaker on Trish. On Trish with a Fez press. Referee's up to a 6 count now. Drop kick to the back of the head. Ref's up to a 7. On Trish throwing Dana back into the ring. Looks like She thought better of the count-out victory. Now drops into the pin. 1, 2. Oh, and again, it's only a 2 count. Wow. This is crazy. How are these two ladies still going? And again, Trish looking for the ace crusher. Dana forcing her away. Up onto the shoulders. Oh, it's a wasteland. Now into a submission here. Dana again with the pin. Referee so far away from the pin. Again, it's so close to being a 3 count. Dana can't believe it. Neither can I. And I tell you what, there must be a lot of respect being earned here by Dana from Trish. Of course, Trish is a legend. She demands as much respect as you can get. But Dana here showing some great ring work. Again, taking Trish up, looking for that sit-out scoop slam again, I think. But Trish fought back. Dana now, big kick to the back of Trish as well. And Dana has picked up quite a bit of momentum in this Universe mode so far, of course. We did see her pick up a victory over Charlotte as well not too long ago. Dana, feet up on the ropes, almost picking up the 3 count. Trish knew. Referee not doing the best job there. And Dana again fighting back. Yeah, like I said, Dana's done pretty well so far in this Universe mode. She picked up a massive win over Charlotte not too long ago. And if she picked up a win here over Trish as well, you'd have to fancy her. I could leave that sentence there, couldn't I, really? You have to fancy her as a pretty good shout at potentially going for one of the championships. Of course, she is currently on my... Is she currently on my roster still? I think so. No, she's not, is she? I gave Dana Brooke to PJ Tovey. Dana Brooke is a Mayhem girl. Well, if she picked up a victory here, then PJ Tovey's going to have to look at her potentially as an option for the Mayhem Women's Championship. Dana Brooke now spinning neckbreaker on Trish. And I'm just going to give you a little bit of insight here of what I do back here, right? The first match of the evening was quite a short one, wasn't it? That was Becky Lynch versus Alexa Bliss. That was on normal momentum. This match is on fast momentum, and it seems to have lasted at least double the amount of time. And that just shows that momentum really doesn't make a huge difference on this game, as Dana once again pulling Trish towards the ropes. Well, she's not managed to get the cheap victory this time, because she's tried that a few times now and it's not triggered. It's odd, isn't it, when the computer try and do something like that and it doesn't trigger? It's quite funny, because you would have thought if anyone's going to do it right, it'd be the computer, wouldn't you, really? Dana's dominating this match, though, I must say. She's really dominating this match, dragging Trish away from the corner. Oh, a big boot to the inside of the leg. And of course, the women's champion currently on Mayhem is Asuka. She defended that belt in a triple threat match at Shabby Mania against Ivelisse and Natalya successfully. 1, 2. Oh my god, again, so close to a 3. What does Dana have to do to keep Trish Stratus down? This has happened quite a lot recently, hasn't it, where people become immune to losing somehow. Because Dana has hit Trish with quite a few finisher maneuvers now. At least 2 or 3. What's Trish going to go for? Dana reversing again into a DDT. And that's the problem at the moment. Every time Trish tries to get any aggression, Dana just turns it around on her. She has full control over her here. Dana once again lining Trish up. Can this be? Third time lucky with a finisher maneuver. Up on the shoulders. There it is. Surely this time Dana Brooke's got to pick up the victory. 1, 2. Dana Brooke defeats Trish Stratus. Yep, you heard that right. Dana Brooke defeats Trish Stratus. PJ Tovey, are you watching? Probably not, in fairness, but... Whoa. Whoa. Nikki Cross. What's she doing here? I genuinely don't know. And here is our next match of the evening. 2 debutantes, both for Throwdown, AJ Lee and Jacqueline. And here we go. Big match this one. Two brand new members of the Throwdown roster, both trying to show exactly what they can do here this evening. And I know what you're thinking, but no, this is not even the main event. We've still got one more match left for you after this one. We are going to see here this evening Charlotte representing Throwdown taking on Sasha Banks representing, of course, Mayhem. But this one is an all Throwdown clash. Again, another fantastic match the computer has put together for us. AJ Lee making her debut for SWE. She's taken on another debutante. Somebody who I got in the draft. From the undrafted pool, of course, the Hall of Famer, Jacqueline. Now, we would expect, I don't know, I wouldn't say it's as sure this time, but you would expect Jacqueline to pick up the victory here. She's a Hall of Famer. However, we saw in the last match one that we really expected Trish Stratus to pick up the victory, and look what happened there. And still, I have no idea why Nikki Cross was there. I'm being completely honest with you now. I can't remember who I set up feuds-wise for Throwdown, but I don't think I set up M. That's what's confused me. I don't think I set that up as a feud, so I don't know how or why that's happened. Of course, Nikki Cross is the current... Is she? Yeah, she isn't she? I'm sure she is. Is she? Just going to grab my documentation here. Nikki Cross won the belt, didn't she? We had that many matches at Shabby Mania, I can't honestly bloody remember now. Yeah, Nikki Cross is the current junior women heavyweight champion. Women's junior heavyweight champion, that's the word I'm looking for. So, she came out, she's obviously, I was saying PJ Toby should be really paying attention to the work that Dana Brooke has been doing, but it turns out that the person who was paying the attention is the current women's junior heavyweight champion, Nikki Cross, and like I said, that is a brand new Nikki Cross. She looks a lot better now, I think. She looks a bit more realistic. And of course, we do have the rest of Sanity over on Mayhem as well. Should you want to see them, they have not debuted as of yet, but I will imagine that next week might be the time that we will see them performing. Jackie now with a front chancery on AJ Lee. Massive knee to the face. Now sending AJ into the announce table, and we've seen pretty brutal matches so far this evening, and it looks like this could be another one. We saw in the previous match Trish Stratus exposing the top turnbuckle before sending people into it over and over again. And now we've got Jacqueline and AJ Lee. The ring so far cannot contain them. The referee's at a 5 count already. Let's just hope we don't get a double count out, because that won't make a lot of sense. It might make a lot of sense. The ring can't contain these two debuting stars. I think we're going to get to a double count out here, you know. Jackie's trying to throw AJ Lee back into the ring. And Jackie's going to get the count out victory. That's a cheap victory, Jackie. It's a very cheap victory, but in the record books it goes down as a win, I suppose. Jackie here showing some very underhanded tactics, but she does get the victory. I'm sure AJ Lee's not going to be happy with this. I'm thinking we might have to have a rematch at some point, but yeah, Jackie, that's dodgy tactics. They've taken it outside, they've done a bit of a brawl. I'm thinking we might have to fix this next week, I think. And why on earth has that come up for? I'm confused as hell now. This game is bugged to buggery, isn't it, really? And here is our main event of the evening. And another lovely quick loading screen, which is fantastic. It is going to be Sasha Banks taking on Charlotte. Now, Charlotte has not been in the best vein of form, shall we say. However, Sasha Banks does have the worst finishing maneuver on the game. So this is going to be an iffy one, this one. It really could go either way. And when I say she has the worst finishing maneuver on the game, it's because it's a submission finisher, which isn't a problem. But the way she hits it, unless we're very lucky, 9 times out of 10 it always ends as a rope break. So hopefully we'll get it to work correctly this time. Because I don't want to see a match lost for Sasha because she keeps getting rope breaks all the time with a bank statement. But if she does, we might have to change it up. I suggested changing it up before, changing her finisher maneuver, giving her the backstabber and giving her the crossface as 2 separate finisher maneuvers, rather than just having the bank statement. We'll see what happens here. If it goes pear-shaped here, I think I will change it, I think. And now the lady who I'm hoping doesn't just go in and dominate SmackDown Live, because that would be incredibly boring. She's dominated Raw for the last year and it's been very, very boring. I'm hoping on SmackDown Live we get a little bit more variation. It seems like the entire women's roster on SmackDown is against her, which is very interesting. And there's potential there for a face turn, in theory. Maybe the entire roster teams up against her. And there is potential for a face turn, but you never know. And like I say, things haven't been so peachy so far for Charlotte in this universe mode. She broke up with Dana Brooke and started to team up with Natalya, who's now also joined the Throwdown roster, of course. But she's also lost the match to Dana Brooke a couple of weeks ago before Shabby Mania 1-on-1. And as we've just seen earlier on, Dana Brooke is probably the most in-form female wrestler we have in this universe mode at the moment. Defeating Charlotte and then Trish Stratus in back-to-back matches just shows the sort of level that Dana Brooke is currently wrestling at in this universe mode. Sasha now, big drop kick to the back of Charlotte. And a big kick to the back as well. So yeah, we've got a lot of good things planned for you coming up in this universe mode. Over the next month or so, we're going to see another couple of championships in the next month or so being added into the universe mode. One for Mayhem and one for Throwdown. I'm not going to give you any more detail at the moment, but we are going to see them handed out at special shows. It'll be tournament shows, basically. So yeah, keep an eye out for those. They're going to be pretty interesting. Also got ideas for some special shows as well. And when we can get a hold of Mr. PJ Tovey, which hopefully will be soon, he is rumoured to potentially be coming to visit soon. We may be able to potentially do another draft and start season 2 of this universe mode. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure. But that might be the plan. Charlotte now with the knee breaker on Sasha. Big knee breaker. Now stamping on the arm of Sasha as well. And Sasha struggling here. We know she's had issues with back injuries over the past year or so. And Charlotte working on that back. And of course that's very useful when it comes to locking in the figure 8. Which of course does do the majority of the damage to the legs. But the lower back takes quite a bit of pressure as well. And you never know. Charlotte does try and work on the legs. But Sasha forcing her away. Obviously done her research here. Knows that she needs to avoid that. Charlotte with a big elbow to the back of the head of Sasha. Now into the front chancery. Sasha taking Charlotte up and into a scoop slam. Stamping on the arm of Charlotte as well. And a big boot to the gut. Sasha now just demolishing Charlotte, sending her face first into the mat. And of course both these ladies trying to impress their respective general managers. Of course myself with Charlotte, who as I said has not been fantastic so far in this universe mode. And of course Sasha Banks with PJ Tovey. Again, Sasha's not been overly successful so far. You'd think she probably would have been, but she's struggled, I must admit. So a big win here for either of these two ladies would definitely give them a massive boost in momentum. Charlotte with a massive superplex taking Sasha Banks down. You see the pain in Sasha's back. And as I said before, she has had back issues in the past. And Charlotte seems to be focusing on that injury. Charlotte now trying to bring Sasha back up to feet. Sasha with the dragon screw. Charlotte having some pain in the knee there. Sasha now bringing Charlotte back up to one knee. Big chop. Charlotte with a big right hand in the gut, and then Sasha fighting back. Went for the boot to the gut, but Charlotte with her elbow to the knee instead. Sasha, big knee to the back of Charlotte. On Sasha looking for... looks to be potentially an arm breaker. It's definitely going to do damage to that arm. And again, that's a clever maneuver, because when Sasha comes to lock in a potential bank statement, damage to the arm is definitely going to help her out. Of course, both these ladies using submission finishes. And it's so great to see that. It seems a bit odd to say, but if you look over the years, how many women have used submission finishes? And there's not been that many technically minded female wrestlers, but over the last year or so, they really have started to come out, haven't they? Wow, I thought that was it, you know. Yeah, the last year or so, since we've had the Women's Revolution, and WWE have concentrated more on top quality female wrestlers rather than top quality female totty, we've seen a lot more... That's not going to work, Sasha. It's not going to work. Not going to work at all. That bank statement, where she was positioned, that would have got straight away a rope break. I'm going to have to change her finishing maneuvers, I'm afraid. I'm going to have to separate them, I think. Running clothesline there by Sasha on Charlotte. Charlotte just coughing there. I think Sasha really caught her throat there when she hit the clothesline, which is the point of the maneuver, I suppose. Hurricanrana by Charlotte, who now backs away into the corner. I don't know if she's trying to get a reaction from the crowd here, but she's doing a very good job of it. Sasha fighting back now into a tornado head scissors. There's the pin. 1, 2. Only a 2. Went for the big knee to the back. Charlotte rolls out of the way. And a spear by Charlotte. Charlotte now lining. Sasha banks up. Boot into the gut. And I think she's looking for a natural selection. This is a good move, natural selection, because the way it works on this game, it almost pushes Sasha away from the ropes. There's the pin. 1, 2... and 3, and it's a victory for Throwdown over Mayhem here. Charlotte finally picks the victory she needs to boost her up the rankings. Like I said, her momentum's been awful so far, losing to Dana Brooke recently, and take nothing away from Dana Brooke at all. Don't get me wrong, take nothing away from Dana. I'm a big fan of Dana, but I think that... oh, Sasha! Oh, Charlotte's continuing the assault on Sasha Banks here. Referee trying to pull her away, and she continues as well. Wow, Charlotte really going all out, adding insult to injury here of a Sasha Banks. Wow, looking down at the fallen body, and there we go. So that's going to be the end of this episode of Showdown. I hope you have enjoyed it. Of course, if you have, like and subscribe and all that other good stuff. And we will see you very, very soon for our next episode of Throwdown. And of course, in a few days' time, we'll have our next episode of Showdown. Just try and figure out what the hell happened here tonight. So much has happened. You look at it, Charlotte's just assaulted Sasha Banks after the match. Dana Brooke defeated Trish Stratus. And then the Junior Women's Heavyweight Champion, Nikki Cross, came out and eyed her up. And it's just been such a mental episode. I need to try and figure this out in my own head. And we need to try and figure out where we're going with this. I've been Shabby Gamer, thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you very, very soon for our next episode of Throwdown.